What's up everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Guys, today is Thursday, March 17th, and I have something very exciting to share with you in regards to Decimated. Now, if you're not aware of what Decimated is, it's a first-person shooter game that's a AAA game built on the Solana blockchain. Now, we've made previous videos about this before, but now we have something new and exciting to share with you. But before we go into those juicy details, as always, if you like what you're about to see and you like the content, please smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel, don't forget to join our Patreon page, and most importantly, be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct messaging, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys, what is this new announcement that's been happening with Decimated? Well, I'm excited to share with you that recently, Cryptolution and Decimated have formed a partnership. Yes, you heard me right. We are officially in a partnership. So what does this mean? Cryptolution is going to be creating a lot of content with everything around Decimated. Whenever there is going to be staking available, whenever there is a cinematic trailer, whenever there is development updates or in-game play footage, we're going to provide that exclusively for you guys so that you guys stay up to date and stay in the game. Now, Decimated to me is one of the most bullish games, as you've seen in my previous videos, and how I feel so compassionate about it. But guys, this is something that's huge and I think is under the radar, and it's just a matter of time before the DIO token and this game reach the moon. Now, let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, and that is talking about the DIO token. So on the coin market cap, the DIO token is around 12 cents at the time of this recording. It could change by the time you see this video. Now, with that said, we did dollar cost average at many different points. We've done it right when it launched around 54 cents, all the way down to even 25 cents, and even all the way down to 11 cents. And I keep dollar cost averaging for that reason. Why? Simply this: you need to buy the fear, sell the greed. That's how many dollar cost averaging and also strategies in terms of investing really work. Now, if you don't believe me, if you don't really understand what I mean by that, well, let's look at one YouTube influencer that recently posted this on their Twitter, and that is Alex Becker. Now, Alex Becker was making a clear example around Sandbox, which is a metaverse game. Now, Sandbox, ticker symbol SAN, he said this: its bear market cap was about 30 million, 100x to its current low. I know gaming prices are terrible right now, but people buying at these prices are buying at the prices that made life-changing money on this run's gaming leaders. Now, 3K at this low could equal 300K or 690K at the peak. This is really important when it comes to investing. You need to buy the fear. The reason we buy the fear is because we're buying other people's bags, and honestly, you get a better deal. But you can't just buy any certain game out there. You have to buy something that has a promising team behind it. You have to make sure that they have a great roadmap ahead and that they're clearly creating a lot of communication with their community, right? We need to make sure that we're getting updates and that these games are not having rug pulls, and that there is something going on behind the scenes that we feel comfortable is an investment in ourselves, because we're investing in a company, in a game, but also investing in a community as well. Now let's talk about the social score. Now recently, I've also shared this in a previous video before, but on March 11th, here's the social engagement. So these are all the games built on the Solana blockchain. But notice this: Decimated is even doing a lot better than Monkey Ball based on this chart. And Monkey Ball has tons of followers, it has so many different people waiting for the game, but Decimated has always been showing developments behind the scenes. We're going to dive deeper into that in a little bit. So what should we look forward to? Well, in the social score, if we look at this is a social score for Decimated. As we can see, there's been renewed interest. And the reason I'm showing this is because recently, because of the bear trend, everybody's been fearing the Ukraine and Russia war. Everybody's been fearing Jerome Powell speaking at the Fed meeting around interest rate hikes. And that obviously took a dip for the whole entire market, as this isn't just gaming. So as you can see here, all of a sudden there's been renewed interest in March, and now we're almost reaching the new peak. So we have the social score meeting the average social score, heading into a golden cross. So that renewed interest is really healthy. If you look at the Bitcoin chart, the reason I'm bringing this up is because we know that March historically has always been negative or bad. Just look at this. This shows you how volatile March is in the whole entire length of Bitcoin's life cycle. So what happens in April, which is coming up next month? Well, tends in the past, it happens to be in the green, but not just in the green, up 34% on average since 2017, which is kind of huge. So even last year, we didn't even experience much of a dip. So could we experience a more bullish scenario in April? If that happens, then not only Bitcoin will really do well, but all the altcoins would do well. And not only that, lower cap altcoins are going to skyrocket. And that's why Decimated at a 5 million market cap is a steal. So that's why I dollar cost average, and I'm accumulating so that I can become at least a dolphin at that point. If you don't know what a dolphin is in terms of holder rankings, click on the upper right hand side. There's going to be a link for you so you can see where you stand in terms of your token holdings. So this is something that you need to keep in mind, right? So what else is going on? Their marketplace is soon going to be live. We don't have the specific date yet, but because the team is spending a lot of time making sure that the release of everything isn't going to be misinformed and that everybody has a good interface while interacting with the staking, with the marketplace, with purchasing power, and all that jazz. Because Decimated is one of the most highly anticipated games on the Solana blockchain, that they have to make it sure that it is smooth as possible for us to have these transactions as well. Now, if we look at the Steam, this is going to be a demonstration. Now, there's a lot of confusion in the air. People aren't sure why Decimated is on Steam, as Steam has announced that they are not going to be supporting any blockchain games. Well, this is simply this. You are going to be able to play the game just because it's a demonstration of how the game works, not that you're going to earn money through Steam or earn tokens through Steam. So you need to understand that when you play this game on Steam when it does release, it's just to test so that you can see how it feels for you. But not only that, the team behind scenes are actually doing test game footage. So recently, they've actually posted some of these screenshots. And as you can see, just in the screenshot, how crazy is this? So much chaos and mayhem, but this is almost like cyberpunk, like futuristic. I mean, this is what I love. I want to see something that has an amazing immersive experience, and this is exactly that. If you're ever interested, you can go in their Discord, and just even yesterday, this was really posted by Stefan, who's the CEO of the company, showing in-game development and showing you how far they're building. And this isn't just one map. This is a huge landscape of different maps. As you can see, they have a ton of photos from 3D designs, 3D rendering, and the list goes on and on. But this is a great way to understand how far they're coming along in their development stage, and they always keep you updated on what they're doing. This is their maps, and this is how all these AAA games should be thinking, is on a massive scale. And also multiplayer shooting. This is going to be huge. This is better than any other game that I've seen out there. So what else is there? If you ever want to see some updates, you can always go to their Twitch. This on Twitch, they actually have pretty much live broadcasts and streams around their development and showing you and discussing within the team members where things are being developed and how things are progressing within the game. So I feel that this, if you ever pay attention, please do subscribe to their Twitch. It's definitely a great way to understand what's going on in the world. Now, if you go here, you can understand kind of the roadmap and kind of how everything's integrated within itself. So as you know, the game is going to be built on Solana blockchain, but it's also going to be using the Unreal Engine software. And this is the newer one, so everything's going to look very realistic, and that's what we want. And then once it's going to be done there, it's going to be launched to a database, and then all of a sudden our marketplace will be available. And this you can use on your browser, and you can connect your Phantom wallet, and you can connect it on your phone or on an extension browser. And once you do that, those tokens will circulate to the spectators and in-game wallets, while the virtual currency will all be connected all in one. This allows you to know that you have ownership around your NFTs and also that you have DIO tokens in your wallet. So this is a great overlook on what to expect from there. Now, if we look at the holder rankings, right? If you notice, all the holders that are progressing over time have actually increased, as the active holders have just been kind of stagnant. So obviously there's a lot of movement happening behind the scenes that you're not seeing in the chart, and people are dollar cost averaging into this. Next up, I want to share with you another thing, and this is a good perspective for you to have. Now, the token price that we said earlier that Decimated was at around 12 cents. Well, here we have the IDO. What is the IDO? It's basically when people can participate in IDOs by either working on a website. Say, for instance, they had a couple IDOs on Firestarter and Huobi Global Exchange. And what happened? You would have to stake a certain amount of those tokens in order to participate in sale tokens for DIO. So some people actually got a whole bunch of tokens at 5 cents. And what do I mean by the 5 cents? The 5 cents is the cheap IDO, ICO token that was given to lucky holders that were staking on those platforms. But the token price is around 11 cents to 12 cents right now. So if you think about it, it's actually an amazing deal to go from 53 cents to 11 cents. Again, you can't be thinking about selling these right away. You have to think like a long-term investor and not flipping like a leverage trader, because leverage traders tend to lose. Around 90% of leverage traders lose. But in terms of investors, retail investors, this is actually a great time for you to invest in a company around the 5 million market cap. If you think about that, you can become a dolphin. That is huge. And if you're lucky enough too, you can choose to be a whale if you want to invest in the project heavily. But at 11 and 12 cents, this is a huge steal for me. And even if it goes down to 5 cents, that's even better because I'm going to be dollar cost averaging there. So in the next one, I want to show you a chart. And this chart I constructed just for you guys. So let's go ahead and pay attention right here. If we look at this chart, the DIO token, as I made this chart, is around 11 cents. And at the time I was making this chart, the market cap was around 5.4 million. Now, say for instance, if you were to invest $1,000 at a price point of 11 cents, then you would have roughly 9,000 DIO tokens. What if you invested $5,000 at the 11 cent price point? You would get 45,000 DIO tokens. Just hear me out, that's crazy. That's a good amount of tokens for just that small amount of investment. I'm going to go down in terms of what the ROI will look like. Now, we want to compare this market cap to, say, for instance, mid-market cap. So say, for instance, this is 100 million market cap, and then this one's a 500 million market cap. So we'll start with the very first one. So say, for instance, if the market cap of DIO was going from 5 million to a reasonable, most common 100 million market cap, that would bring the price point to $1.98. Now, what if the market cap were to reach a 500 million market cap, which is also realistic? It would be per token DIO $10. Now, this isn't too crazy. This is very realistic if you think about the market caps. You can look at other games as well. So I've created this as a very helpful chart for you to understand. Now, in the holder rankings, you can understand how many tokens you will have and what your return will be. So we compare the top market caps in these sections here. So say, for instance, if you had 1,000 tokens, your return, if it were to reach an 18x mid-market cap, which was the 100 million market cap, you would have around 1.9 thousand US dollars. Now with a crab, if you have around 5,000 tokens, you would make a return on investment 9.9 thousand, 10K DIO tokens around 19,000 US dollars, 40K DIO tokens to $79,000, 90K DIO tokens for $178,000. And the list goes on and on from there. But what if you invested and that market cap were to reach 500 million? 1K would bring you 10,000 USD, 5K tokens would give you 50,000 USD, 10K tokens would bring you 100,000 USD, 40K tokens would bring you 400,000 USD. Just think about that. If you had spent around $5,000 on the DIO token to get around 45,000 tokens, you already have almost $500,000. And that is life-changing wealth. That's enough to pay off a house mortgage. That's enough to take the risk. That's just my own opinion. Again, none of this is financial advice. This is just my own financial opinion. Again, I'm very bullish on the DIO token. I even have my own personal funds allocated and invested in this game. So much so I wanted to be a part of this and have a partnership with them. So this is a great chart. Feel free to pause this video if you want to look at this and get an overall sense of where you stand in the overall holder rankings. Now, the last thing I want to show you is the DIO chart. This is really important because we need to understand where this token is going. As you can see here, I have a descending triangle. And as we see, the DIO token is below the EMA ribbon. But notice this, there's recent buy volume. This green candlestick is growing. Now, will this break out of this trend? Well, it's at the peak right now. But notice this, I drew this line just yesterday. And what happened was, in this downtrend of the relative strength index is starting to break out. So is this the next bull run? Are we preparing for the next to the moon cycle? Possibly, but please only invest more than what you're willing to lose, because you should have some money on the side to invest more if you want a dollar cost average, or in case you want to maybe spend it on bills or personal items or whatever you have in your personal life that you want to take care of. Never invest more than what you're willing to lose. But at this price point, you should at least have some exposure, or else you're going to regret it, or else you're going to buy at the all-time high and you're going to regret not getting into this in the low. Remember, we need to buy the fear, sell the greed. Number one trick in learning how to invest and also seek returns. So guys, that's about it. I have so many things that I want to share with you guys, but I can't fit it all in this video. But guys, I'm so excited to be a part of this. I'm so glad on our partnership with Decimated. We can't wait to bring you more content along down the road. And I'm excited to share these details with you. So guys, let me know your thoughts down below. How bullish are you on Decimated and the DIO token? Are you excited for the roadmap ahead? Staking, the NFT marketplace, everything. I want to hear it down below, guys. So thank you so much. If you like what you heard, be sure to like that button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page, and I'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for watching Cryptolution. Register on our Patreon page for our insider training tips and more. And don't forget to click on the affiliates link below to receive sign-up bonuses and access the global crypto assets exchange. Invest safely, and we'll see you on the next episode of Cryptolution.